Hello and welcome you guys to another PinBuilder update. I apologize for the extra couple of weeks on this one, but there were a couple of good reasons for that. The first one is that I upgraded the Unreal Engine version of the project from 5.2.1 to 5.3.2, which has a lot of improvements for performance, lighting, and materials, and I think you'll see that when we jump into the game. Also, there are a lot of back-end stuff that you guys won't see as immediate results of this, but they do have an impact on the game in good ways. So there's that. Also, there is some update and whatnot on the VR side of things, but I'm not going to even focus on that right now because there's so much else to focus on. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it, and I will show you a couple of things. So first of all, let me get back over into here. Now, one of the things you'll notice, you might have noticed last time, why is that? There we go. With these guys is that if you selected silicone and then tried to change the color wasn't changing all the things correctly, or it was turning the material back to the wrong material, even though it would pop back to be the right silicone material otherwise when you left edit mode and returned to it or went into play mode. So that's fixed now. So just wanted to tell you that that was fixed. Also, I have added this option, the high-tech one for these guys. So now there's this high-tech version. And so there's that. And let's see what else. Don't need this here. Okay, so there's been a few nice updates as far as lower and upper dynamic playfields go. So first of all, to note on that is when you spawn an upper or lower playfield, you don't now have to click it to get to the grabbers. You can just hold down Control or Alt, sorry, and grab a grabber and go. You don't have to actually grab this and move it first. So that's new. Another thing is the snap function works really nicely now. So if I want to snap, let's say I wanted to snap this corner to this one here, all I need to do is hold down Alt, grab that grabber, and then hold down the left Control, and you'll see now in the upper right corner there it says Snap Grabbers, and if I get close to these, it'll snap. So I'm still holding those two buttons down, and it'll snap to it, just like that. Now, also, I'm going to select non-move mode so I don't move these around. You'll see that there are 4 of these here total. This one doesn't have a group name, but these all have P1 as the group name up here. So if I go into move mode and I hold down the left Control as the group move, all those that are snapped to each other are going to move together. And I hit undo and that did that. So now if I click on this and add P1 to that and I go to move, all of them will move together, as you can see. So something to think about. And now you can make really nice, complicated shapes with this, and they'll just kind of line up nicely. And you can put decals and whatnot over those. And the same is true for these guys. These are the plastics. So these are all plastics here. Those are this one right here. So if I pop one of those on the playfield, I'm going to just change it to a different color. And we can press and grab and then hold down the left Control, and you can see that that snaps also. So those will all snap together like that. Now I am in the process of trying to rid these snapped ones of these intermediate polygons so that it doesn't look like 2 pieces. And that should be coming up in another update or 2. It's fairly complicated, so I'm kind of just trying to make sure I do that right so it doesn't weird out. All right, let's move on to another thing. I added collision to these lights. So all these lights here have collision. These are just the, what you call them. So let me get rid of that. So if we go into play mode, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So previously, light bulbs did not have any collision on them. And now if we spawn a ball, you can see it's bumping into that light right there. Alright, so you see how that's working. That's another new feature. Also, these plastics decals, when you spawn those, they will be at the correct height to look proper and bright on these. Another thing too is that these plastics now, when you hover or when you place them on top of lights, they will get illuminated. Let's see. So if I take the lighting down, you can see how the plastic is sort of illuminating, and just wanted to say that's how that works. The only downside to this is that the plastic decals are being affected by that foggy plastic material too much, so I am working on that. Just remember that in the future when you wonder why the decals kind of seem to disappear. It's because there's lighting underneath. All right, so the next thing is I want to show you that these are now controllable by logic controllers. So you'll see here that I've got this controller set up. The switch triggers the controller, which sequentially fires these guys, and I have some sounds and points and everything set up. So let's just go over there and go back into play mode. And so
congratulations.
So you can see that that scored appropriately.
Congratulations.
And so now those lights can be included in Logic in any way that you want. So if you wanted to, you could set up a timer to flash lights, to turn all lights on or off, whatever you want to do. But just keep in mind that if you turn all the lights off, other Logic controllers may very well turn them back on. So that's a thing to ponder in your old noggin. All right, another thing is if we add a few more of these guys, and let's see, we're just going to add all these, go to the grab mode, and that's LC1 is the group name. So I am going to call all these LC1. And what I'm showing you right now is not only that you can collapse all these in a group down to just one CPU, and that depends on which one you have selected. So I kind of like to select that main one, collapse them down, and then there it is. Now you can still move this around, but if you do, keep in mind that you are only moving the location of the one. Also to keep in mind is that when you select this, actually, never mind. I was going to say something else, but it doesn't matter. The thing I wanted to say, though, is that these guys here, they are not selectable anymore. So when you collapse the ones up there, you can't pick them anymore. You can move the one, but you can't move the others. And that was an issue previously. So that is that situation. All right, let's see. Okay, so, oh yeah, I also fixed an issue with the illumination value being set to high or low, depending in attract mode. And basically what that means was when attract mode was changing the values of the lights on or off in attract mode, it was causing them to come back on at a different intensity, and now they should be the same. All right, another fix is the flippers. So flippers, let's go here and add this one. So when you spawn in flippers, they will come in, the left side flipper will have a rest angle of 0 and a max angle of -53. So what that means is when you flip this flipper, it's going to go from this angle to that angle, and that's -53 degrees. And then this one is going to be 0 and 53, and that's +53 degrees. So that's true whether you have this rotated like that or not. That's a local rotation value. So if you want this to flip to shoot straight sort of over to the side, just rotate it using this rotation instead of, and then you can reset that rotation easily enough by hitting that and set it back. Rather than trying to change the rest angle this way, you might run into some weird issues if you drop it below 0. It may try to go around the wrong way. So, just mess with that as however you want, and you can get those to be the right orientation and stuff without having it acting really weird. Okay, so let me move this back down there. All right, and as far as the reverse flippers go, you're only going to need those on the lower playfield. And also, it's kind of important to know that when you spawn those, they will spawn in a default location also. So if I do these two, when you're in the lower playfield mode, those will spawn down below and they'll be reversed. So if I select one, you'll see that it's reversed here. So if you want any of these to act backwards properly without wigging out, you've got to have reversed checked. So you can just leave these like they are. You can also set their sizes here. So you could do like the little mini ones if you wanted to. And if you want a mini playfield down there. And then let's just actually move these over so we can see them. And just for giggles, I'm going to put a light here so that we can see that. And now I'll show you that those work without acting strangely. So we'll start a game. And you can see that they work as expected. So that's that. Now, while we're in here, I just wanted to point out that I did make some updates to this room. So I've improved the lighting substantially. I added details to those 2 chairs so they don't look so blocky. And I've improved the speed at which the lighting can be turned up or down. So it can go up pretty quickly and down pretty quickly. And yeah, so that's that, and the carpet's not so bright, and a couple of other small things in there have been improved. Okay, so let's see. What else do we have to talk about here? Oh yeah, overall playfield LED lighting quality is improved. Let's see. Oh yeah, I also made a bunch of improvements to Kaiju Battle. So when you open that one up, you should see that it looks and acts more appropriate. Let's see, also, let's go tab back over to here. So when these switches are a little bit more accurate to size, they're a little wider. They were kind of skinny before. Not sure if I mentioned this already or not, but when changing the color of, if you set this to be silicone like that, and you went to change the color of the silicone rubber, it wasn't changing correctly, so that's fixed. I think I did mention that already. Oh yeah, another thing about these guys is if you want just a 3-post rubber thing without power, you can just roll this solenoid power multiplier down to 0, and then you've got a 3-post rubber that you can put wherever you want. And one of the problems that this is now fixed is that those decals now reappear when you put the multiplier value back up to something above 0. And there was some weird unwanted collision on these guys right here. There was a big planar collision sticking out there that is no longer. Let's see, what else have we got? I'm looking at my list here. Oh yeah, so depending, you may not have noticed this, but in the play mode, There was an issue with the glass. So let's get down here where we got some reflections. So you can see those two lights reflecting off the playfield, and you can tell that the glass is now lined up properly. It was not being lined up properly previously, and in both situations where you had either the deep cabinet or the regular cabinet, the glass was not at the correct height. So that has been fixed. Let's see. Oh yeah, resetting of random logic controller events is now fixed. Fixed an issue where the cabinet texture was being erroneously lit inside the standard cabinet. That's fixed now. And I must say that also just the color lighting, the sides inside the blades, if that makes sense, the inside side blades of the cabinet are not lit currently, and there's a reason for this. So previously with this table in particular, those blades were illuminated, and it looks really cool, definitely, and we're going to have that back soon. But what I'm doing and am in the process of is making those so that you can use custom textures to define where you want the cabinet to be lit. So you could even light the outside of the cabinet if you want. So for example, the name Twisted Circus could be illuminated there, or the whole thing could be illuminated if you wanted to, which would be interesting, and it would look a lot like the back glass does. So it would look similar to that, only the whole pinball machine would be lit up, and that would be just the wood cabinet parts of the game, of course. So and the inside, I guess the blade areas. So that's something I'm working on. So when we're in, now this isn't, okay, hello, there we go. It's a big table with a lot of stuff. So if we're over here, and we're looking at cabinet mode, so we've got a cabinet texture, so that's this outside texture and those blades on the inside, right? So that's that one. There's going to be a cabinet illumination texture underneath that coming soon. So that will allow you to say, okay, I want these blades all lit up, and or I want the side art lit or something around the front or whatever. Will that be logic controllable? Probably not. Maybe so. I don't know. It would be pretty cool to have it such, but for now, it's going to be just, you define your texture and you apply it, and that's going to be how it is for now, at first anyways. All right, so let's see what else we got. Some of the playfield components with plastic posts had material issues, so those are fixed. And that's about it. Looking for anything else. So if you're a VR enthusiast and you want to go poking around in the VR mode, don't forget that you can do that. This little button right here will be enabled and green, like a light yellow green, if you have a VR headset connected. So then you can just click this and that will take you right into VR mode, and you can experiment with that and check it out and see what you think. I think it's actually fun. I use a Quest 3 and wow, it's really amazing. So that is an option. I feel like I put something in here, but I don't think so. There was a little weirdness with this layout, and that has been fixed, but that may have been in the last one. This needs to be moved down because I added something else over here, I believe. And let's see. Leaderboard. And I'm not really too worried about that. The game's really more meant for building and playing your own, but obviously I know you guys want to play pre-built machines, and I will be working on that as much as I can. You know what? I have an idea, actually. If you want to, somebody out there, if you want to improve on any of these tables, I'll tell you what you can do. Improve on the logic and whatever you want, and then save them as Unfathomable, your version, and upload them to the Steam Workshop with your table name, and let me know that you think that your version should be included in the game, and I will check it out, and if I think it's worthy, which it probably would be, I will put it in the game instead of my versions of these. So feel free to improve on my tables. That would be, well, Heavy Gunner is just kind of a, I don't even know if that should even be included anymore. But Unfathomable, Alien Meadow, Kaiju Battle, Star Destroyer, Twisted Circus, if you want to modify those and improve them and make them better and have them included in the game as original inclusions like they are currently, I will update the original versions with your updated versions if you're so inclined. And to extend that option, if anybody is aware of tables that you feel should be included with the game that you have made or you've seen someone else make, then let me know in the Steam forums, and I will take a look at those too. And if they're worthy, I will include those with the game and with information about you having made them. In fact, you can do that on your own. So if you build a game like this, obviously you have full control over your graphics, and you can design your own insert cards and put your name on there, whatever you want to call it. Could be even if you have a business that designs pinball machines and you want to include one in the game, put that in there. I don't mind. I mean, if you contribute a table to PinBuilder that gets included as an original table that comes with the game, then by all means, put your own self-promo in there. Don't make it too huge or anything, obviously, but, within reason, obviously. I mean, we don't want to go too crazy, but there you go. I mean, do that and let me know. And if I think that that's good, I will put it in there. And that's not to say that I mean, it doesn't take much to impress me, actually. So anyways, there you go. That's this update, and it's rolling out right now. If you're watching this video, then this update is live. So all you need to do is restart your Steam client, and it will update PinBuilder automatically if you have it set up for that. And if not, next time you play it, it'll ask you, and you should be good to go. And don't forget, any questions or thoughts or anything, if you have bug problems or complaints or feature requests, do that in the Steam forums. There are forums in there specifically for that. And I am not going to answer or respond to bug problems in YouTube videos any longer. So if you notice that you post a complaint about a bug in a YouTube comment and, oh my God, it got deleted or it disappeared, well, that's your hint that you shouldn't have posted that there and you should have posted it on the Steam forums. So that's how I'm trying to get you to go over there and do it. So anyway, I appreciate you guys. I'm thrilled that you're here enjoying this game as much as I am. And until the next time, this is Anna signing off, saying have fun in the workshop and get your butt out there and play some pinball.